at a hospital facility in Douala with increasing suspicions of COVID-19 being the cause. He was last seen last week sitting in for the Southwest Governor Okalia Bilai during the Prime Minister's visit to the Southwest region. The city mayor of Kumba, Gregory Mewau, has recently been declared winner at the reorganization exercise conducted by the party in Meme 1A of the CPDM party. Let's revisit this story with our correspondent, Tanfu Sidwan.
While the Electoral Commission gave results of Meme 1A of the CPDM party days before the voting exercise, a free and fair election finally took place in the city of Kumba, with Gregory Temoyog Mewano disvirgining the stronghold of Honorable Tabon Lawson Bakia, who was not on the field to campaign.
The day is bright. The day is bright. It's bright.
All the subsections of Meme 1A cast their vote with passion to select a new leader of the party, even when the mayor of Kumba 1, Prince Eseme Moses Esembe, attempted to stop the exercise.
Be very careful with the statements you are making. No problem of quarreling. Moses, calm down. There is no problem in calm down. No, the mayor has said that there's official lockdown in Kumba. It is them that have given lockdown.
Some militants expressed disappointment at his action.
Imagine, you know, especially a whole mayor, which is elected by the people. If we fully announce and say there is, lockdown in Kumba, is it normal?
Some militants who talk to the press believe that nobody has the right to stop them from exercising their democratic duty.
So I feel I should come and cast my vote.
No, I feel very happy. At least I don't do my best.
People have come to express their civic rights, and I think it's very important that at least people will see that we ourselves here in Kumba, we are expressing what we want.
Please, the people, one by one, has come out in their numbers.
The Kumba City Mayor Gregory Temoyog Mewano voted at Soefco building at Buea Road and expressed optimism after casting his vote.
The population of Kumba, which I have seen out today, has marveled me, and I could recognize the majority of them, most of them, because I know my Kumba population and I know my CPDM militants. So I think I am absolutely satisfied, and I am very, very optimistic.
At the end of the exercise, the chairman of the Central Committee delegation for Meme, His Excellency Benjamin Mutanga Itwe, read out the results as obtained from the various subsections.
Candidates, the one in list, 4,623. Honorable Tabot Lawson, you get 144 votes. So the analysis can say Honorable Tabot Lawson, you get only 3.03% of the vote. City Mayor Mewano, you get 96.97%.
Meme 1A has one election with two results, one announced before the voting, while the other was announced after a free and fair election. The decision on who becomes the section president must not undermine the wishes of militants of that political party.
And as the reorganization of basic organs of the ruling CPDM party unfold, concerns have been raised over alleged results rigging, with militants expressing dissatisfaction. Let's get an in-depth analysis of this story with Dolingonde.
Violence, corruption, discrimination, favoritism, and to the apex, vandalism are some irregularities that have characterized the ongoing reorganization of basic organs of the ruling political party, the Cameroon's People Democratic Movement, CPDM. As caught on camera, militants of the grassroots organs of the political party can be seen exchanging blows with their comrades over these issues. Most shocking of these scenarios is the abuse of national integrity by the disgruntled militants, an aspect highly preached by the party's barons and baronesses. with the razing down to ashes a public structure, supporter pulling out pistol against comrade in the Central region, thugs destroying ballot boxes in Sagmalima and Bangantei, irate supporters barricading the Yaoundé-Bafoussam highway, supporters on the other hand exchanging blows in the city of Douala. Black magic feared as headless fowls have been found in front of the party's house, and a commission head who escapes lynching while taking refuge at a gendarmerie post are just a few captions on the front page of most newspaper outlets to describe the state of affairs in the party. The situation, which has caught media attention, has had political analysts diagnose the real cause of the problem, besides the alleged rigging of results to be
the leader of that party has been driving their militants to a mirage, thinking and preaching democracy. When you see what is happening 36 years after, that's not democracy. Just to tell you that if that party still stands what it is today, it's simply because maybe the president of that party is still alive.
But if these behaviors aren't curbed, Barrister Tamfu Richard predicts a gloomy future ahead.
The days ahead are very blurred, and seeing the barbaric nature of the militants, the hostility, we may disagree or we may not want to maybe go in for an electoral process, but when you decide to put down public buildings, you decide to maybe carry ballot boxes, they are not different from those who have taken arms.
Meanwhile, the ongoing reorganization of the ruling party has been termed a celebration of democracy.
Globally, what is happening with the CPDM nationwide is a celebration of democracy because you can see how free the process is going. People are free to elect whoever they want. You don't see Yaoundé coming down, and fresh elections are organized.
Nonetheless, Tilarius Atia adheres order still needs to be maintained by the top administrative officials.
Administrative authorities, the GOs, the SGOs and governors, they have the responsibility to maintain law and order.
And going by the bylaws of the party, the perpetrators of these acts are not necessarily militants of the party. Atia once more.
So much might have been misconstrued in the process and people have gone out of control. But I want to assure you that all those who carried out acts of vandalism are not CPDM militants.
While this is coming up to the lamplight, it is expected that such grievances be curbed in the days ahead.
We move back to the southwest region where at least 52 persons have died from COVID-19 related complications in the last 3 weeks in the southwest region. According to public health officials, a COVID-19 health alert has been issued in the region indicating a sharp increase in COVID-19 cases with 52 deaths and 345 active cases within the region in the past 3 weeks. Public health officials in the region are thus calling on the population to reinforce barrier measures and get themselves vaccinated in order to curb the rise of the pandemic in the region. The Minister of Public Affairs, Le Jeune Mbela Mbela, was representing the head of state, His Excellency President Paul Biya, at the 76th UN General Assembly recently. And according to the minister during his speech, the crisis in the restive regions of the country are being sorted out. Let's get details with Fonquinta.
Nous poursuivons nos efforts dans nos régions du nord-ouest et du sud-ouest pour mettre fin aux tensions sociopolitiques qui sont entretenues par des groupes armés.
These are the words of Le Jeune Mbela Mbela, Minister of External Relations of Cameroon, reassuring the United Nations 76th General Assembly of a gradual return of peace in the crisis-hit northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Minister Mbela Mbela states government is continuing efforts to put an end to the socio-political tensions fueled by armed groups in the regions. He cited,
Nous avons mis en place un important dispositif.
We have set up a compromising mechanism comprising of a disarmament, demobilization and reintegration program, humanitarian assistance plan, a reconstruction plan for those two regions, a national commission on the promotion of bilingualism and multiculturalism, a special status conferring on the two regions in question, that is, a regional assembly, a house of chiefs, a regional executive board, and public independent conciliators.
To External Relations Minister, the strides were possible thanks to the major national dialogue organized in 2019, those sporadic acts of banditry are still recorded. However, security forces have been deployed to protect the population.
Our defense and security forces have been deployed on the ground to protect the population and their property with professionalism and respect for human rights.
Addressing the international public at the UN General Assembly in New York, Mr. Mbela called for solidarity in the fight against coronavirus, multiple conflicts, cyber criminality, maritime piracy, migrant strategy, biodiversity damage, growing terrorism, amongst others. From September 21 to September 27, 2021, heads of states addressed the General Assembly following the theme for the 76th session, Building Resilience Through Hope to Recover from COVID-19, Rebuild Sustainability, Respond to the Needs of the Planet, respect the rights of peace, and revitalize the United Nations.
In order to fight urban disorder, a new market dubbed Angola Market has been inaugurated in Yaoundé. The inauguration ceremony took place yesterday, September 29, by the Minister of Decentralization and Urban Development, Elanga Obam George. The Mayor of Yaoundé, Luc Messia Tangana, during the inaugural ceremony of this new commercial complex located around Avenue Kennedy, said the complex will serve as a place of activity for businessmen in Yaoundé as well as street vendors of Avenue Kennedy. The Public Health Minister, Dr. Manauda Malachi, was in the Yaoundé Center Hospital yesterday after visiting Ile Ayisi's family, whose body organs were allegedly taken away recently. The Yaoundé Central Hospital has been the center of a scandal lately for organ trafficking. The family of Ile Ayisi, a patient who died at the hospital, accuses the medical staff of having mutilated the body of the deceased to extract the organs. The head of Public Health was on the scene to install members of a commission of investigation to give light to this story. And out of the country, Algeria has started producing the COVID-19 vaccine developed by Chinese firm Sinovac in partnership with state pharmaceutical products company CEDRICK. The production is expected to be 8 million doses a month. Prime Minister Amen Deramen, who attended the launch of the production process at the factory in the eastern city of Constantine yesterday, 29 September, called it a big achievement. The country's factory, called CEDRICK, thus becomes the first pharmaceutical laboratory in Algeria to have the license from Chinese production. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day ahead. Bye.